Hello Libra, thank you so much for joining me this evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you might be. I am so honored to read for you today. Tapping into your energy. And initially I'd wanted to do this reading yesterday and I kept hearing it will get easier. And then today, throughout the day, I would just kind of like dip in and out of like your energy, and here it will get easier. So let's see if the cards speak to that notion, to that philosophy, and if that philosophy resonates with the card and vice versa. I'm going to do one last shuffle for you, pull out 4 cards for this reading and see what the cards have to say. I do general readings and usually I let the cards tell me what direction things are going in. So it can turn into a love reading, it can turn into a general life reading, it can turn into career reading. Let's see. And just one more clean shuffle for Libra. I am using Shaheen Miro's The Uncommon Tarot deck. I am obsessed with this deck right now. I doubt I will change anytime soon. So 4 cards for Libra. I've got the Hermit in reverse, the 10 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the 5 of Wands. Okay, so there's definitely a period of separation here with someone or loved ones. Something tells me it's more than one person. So whoever you are distancing yourself from, it's definitely something that you've decided to do with regards to more than one person. Could be family, could be close friends, just sort of taking a breather from people. That's very clear. Just the people who are in your life and who you care about for sure, but things are not quite great with them at the moment. There's a lot of solitude coming in. I'm curious as to why it is the Hermit. Yeah, the Hermit came out in reverse. Because what I'm seeing with the 4 of Swords and the 10 of Cups is major, time of just really separating yourself from the noise. And then the Hermit came out in reverse at first. So it seems as though it's a warning. That's why the Hermit card came out in reverse. It calls to a warning that if you do this and if you go down this route of keeping that separation and that chaos, that's the word I want to use. If you keep the chaos alive, if you keep the conflict alive, the separation will last longer than it should. The chaos and the conflict will overstay its welcome. The 5 of Wands in reverse is actually very interesting too, because I feel like this card in particular from Shaheen Miro's deck, the Uncommon Tarot, regardless of it being in reverse or not, it screams the same message, that this is a time where there is major conflict, and it seems as though you've decided to bow out. I'm also getting from the Hermit being in reverse is that this is something you do periodically when you can't take the heat. And I'm feeling as though the people who you've separated from they've now learned how you roll. You know, they've seen you in action, and it's, yeah, with the Four of Swords too, it seems as though they don't really care. They've seen how you maneuver in situations like this, and they're fed up, or they're tired of you. So it's exhausting dealing with you when there's conflict. I want to see more about this Hermit in reverse. It's interesting that it came out first too. Major Arcana for you. So this is definitely something that's, you know, it's playing on your mind pretty much all the time. Yeah, you know, it's pretty much something you're dealing with, and that's causing you a lot of distress. So you can't seem to like remove yourself from it. You're struggling a lot, whatever this conflict. I mean, let's find out where the roots of the conflict are from, right? I'm inclined to pull out 3 cards, but I might pull out a 4th. So let's see. What else for you, Libra? What else? For Libra, let's see. Yeah, the 9 of Wands in reverse, the 2 of Swords, and the 3 of Wands. Lots of fire energy here. You could be dealing with a Sag, Aries, Leo. Also have quite a bit of Swords energy here, so you could also be dealing with another Libra, another Gemini, or Aquarius. Yeah, with the 2 of Swords, it's as though you've played around with people. I want to articulate that better. You mess around with people a lot in the way that you handle situations. Sorry about that, motorbike. And there's a tendency to withdraw. There's a tendency to withdraw, and with you withdrawing, it comes across as though there's a disregard for everyone else who's involved in the situation or in the conflict. You seek out ways to make yourself look better, or make yourself come out smelling roses, and your outlook has to change. That's what I'm getting with the 3 of Wands. Your outlook has to change. You know, it seems as the energy screams someone who doesn't quite understand the repercussions of the way they act in the moment. You know, your energy is coming out strong here as the kind of person who doesn't quite grasp how hurtful, how dismissive, how, you know, all these things that come into a conflict, and how you handle them. You don't recognize it necessarily. You know, somewhat Ray Charles to the BS, but it's BS for you, but in its perspective, for someone else, they don't see it that way. It's hurtful. It's a source of heartache, etc. You know, families are difficult, and there I do sympathize with you. So I don't blame you for withdrawing or dealing with it the way you have, but it won't serve you well, and it won't serve you well to not change your outlook, to not change your perspective. Yeah, with the Three of Wands, that's what I'm seeing strong here. And of course, you're absolutely entitled to go at it alone. But understand that the people who you rely on, the people who you are in this conflict with currently, who are your loved ones, they there will be less and less times your time is running out with them. They're only going to take so much for so long. That's what I'm seeing. That 5 of Wands card tells me it's whatever happened to get things to this point. I mean, it's been a lot of chaos, eh? It's been a lot of chaos, a lot of friction, you know. And you're an air sign, right? So for you, it's easy to separate your emotions from everything. But for everyone else, it's not as easy. Their emotions are more palpable, more tangible than yours are. And when you get into your head, you are a heady sign. Your high logic kicks in, and you come across as stubborn. You really do. So with me saying it will get easier, I feel like that ties into this with the Three of Wands telling me that your outlook has to change, your perspective has to change. And when it does, it will get easier for the people around you, more so than you. And what I'm feeling is they deserve that. 4 more cards. The Knight of Wands, lots of fire energy. The Ace of Coins, the Ace of Cups, the Moon. Oh, I didn't expect the Moon to come out. The Moon came out in reverse and the Knight of Wands came out in reverse. Different outlook spells a new beginning, right? We were more, definitely more knowledgeable, that's for sure. And our cups get filled again. There's prosperity again, right? But the outlook has to change. And there's no ways that it won't change unless you do the work, right? And what I'm seeing here is it would be highly beneficial for you too, but for everyone else involved as well. More so for the people who are involved. They need to see this from you. Yeah, they need to see this from you to be able to get to a point where they can rock with you the way they did again. Yeah, you've exhausted a lot of people, a lot of loved ones, Libra. You really have. And their patience for it is running thin. But your solution is simple. To articulate it as simple. It's just difficult, you know. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot for an old dog to change their habits, you know. And that's where you come in. You've got to step up and you've got to see the error of your ways in these cyclical situations. It feels as though it keeps coming back. The way you handle conflict, how you can be so harsh. These things keep coming up. They keep repeating itself. And it's like, I'm feeling the frustration of the people involved. It's like, oh, you know, this person always does this, or they always like this. I can't speak to them. I can't anymore. I just can't do it. That's the frustration that's coming in. But the prosperity and the renewed relationship, it's like a renewal. That potential for that is there. But the perspective and your outlook and the way you do things has got to change. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in this never-ending loop of when things happen, the conflict is so harsh, you act out. But this time, like I'm saying, your chances of clearing the air every time this happens lessen. So people can only sweep things under the rug so many times. You're not going to keep getting chances to come back or to make amends. It's as though you don't even really make amends. You just get over whatever happened and you expect everyone to be over it too. Yeah, the moon coming out last is very telling, and coming out in reverse is very, very telling. It tells me that this is a huge moment for you with this current conflict. Every single conflict in the past so far, the way you've dealt with it has been a dud. Now it's time to switch things up. That is essential. Seems as though we love, we fight, we act with our head more so than with our heart, Libra. And that's not really a life worth living, is it? Head over heart consistently. That's not, no. That's not, that results in an unfinished life. And I feel as though you're very concerned with your legacy at this time. And what's a legacy if the people who you were supposed to love and vice versa only have a sour taste in their mouths about how much of a bad time or hard time you gave them within conflict? There's better ways to maneuver the issues of life. And you stand to push a lot of people away if you can't change your perspective, if you can't change your outlook, and if you can't receive a message of peace, inner peace. Right? Let's see. The Nine of Swords came out in reverse. Again, your energy. The outcome is not good if you don't change your perspective. It's a miserable outcome, to be very honest with you. With the Nine of Swords in reverse. And more than anything, it just seems as though, that keeps coming up. It's bleak if your mindset doesn't move with the times. We've become a society that's well aware of mental illness and, dysfunctional people, dysfunctional relationships, BPD, bipolar, narcissism, the narcissistic spectrum, all of that. We're so much more aware than we have ever been. And you are in the fortunate/unfortunate position where you are dealing with people who are not only standing up for themselves, but are well aware of these different psychoses. So there's no excuse. That's what I'm hearing. There really is no excuse anymore, Libra. Your energies come out really strong here with all of these swords. and it's telling me that there's an opportunity for you to tackle this with an energy that is rapid. You have the tools. Yeah, you have the tools. That's what I'm seeing, to attack this side of you that's unsavory with a lot of quickness. I'm so sorry about the dog. So one more card for Libra. So it will get easier, but only you yourself can put yourself at ease, right? By making those changes. Yes. And with you taking that step to reinvigorate the way you know your conflict resolution, how you approach conflict resolution, with that you're reborn with the death. Oh, sorry, I didn't even say yeah, because I was like, yes, the death card came out. So that tells me that there is more than just potential for you to get better at conflict resolution, but it's an opportunity for you to be reborn in a mindset that will serve you well for the rest of your life. But it's your choice, and it really is a choice, Libra. Don't ever for a second think that you've lost control of things, or certain things are fated to be a certain way. It's a choice. Don't put yourself in a position where you don't choose, because it's your life. It really is. It's your life, Libra. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do offer personal readings. You can have a look at the comments below. My email is down there for you, and you can contact me for personal reading. Have a good one, Libra.